Give me Tony.
Back to the action. Tony Saavedra walking out now. 22 years old, 5'10", 145 pounds. We're getting into another kickboxing match tonight. Another fighter fighting out of Hard Knocks 365. As we said before, it's just a great gym for talent and just the people you're working with. You're working with such high-level fighters daily. You're in such a high-level gym. Just being surrounded by that kind of environment, it definitely rubs off on you, and it's going to be interesting to see when this one-on-one fighter walks in the cage what he's capable of.
Give me Sean.
All right, walking to the cage now, we have Sean Grant, training out of Roger Crawl's MMA Science Academy, 25 years old, 5'10", 145 pounds, nicknamed The Genius, Sean the Genius Grant. I mean, he's definitely a genius if you train over at MMA Academy, Science Academy with Roger Crawl. They got some of the top guys there. They have some of the most lit, best sparring on Saturdays. So, you know, shout out to Roger Crawl and MMA Science Academy. And shout out to Landon Quinones, actually. He's fighting UFC, representing MMA Science Academy. He's fighting his UFC fight tonight. He's probably fighting the next hour or so, making his MMA UFC debut. So,
all the way on the other side of the world, too, in
Australia.
Australia.
In Australia. So, you know, we're here, but, you know, here at the WCCS fights. And you see in his corner, you see Rambo Ray, Joseph Grant, two also great fighters. And, you know, this isn't Sean. Sean Grant's his second fight, so he's 1-0, undefeated as an amateur. So he's up against the debut tonight. So fresh guy.
Seventh bout of the evening is a 145-pound kickboxing matchup. This fight is sponsored by Phoenix Fight Gear and sanctioned by Global Fighting Solutions. Brought to you by World Class Combat Sports in conjunction with XFN. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, at 22 years old, standing 5 foot 10 inches tall, weighing in at 144.6 pounds, with a record of 1 win, 1 loss, fighting out of Hard Knocks 365, from Pompano, Florida, Tony Saavedra. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is 25 years old and stands at 5 foot 10 inches tall, weighing in at 144.8 pounds in his kickboxing debut. Fighting out of MMA Science Academy and from Broward County, Florida, Sean the Genius Grant. And for this bout, our third man in the octagon is Tracy Moorhead.
Sean Grant versus Tony Saavedra. These two getting underway. We got Tony's debut guy coming in there. It's his first fight up against Sean Grant. Sean Grant, well schooled under MMA Science Academy. You can see he's coming out, solid kicks, teeps to the body, good frames. You see that in his hands. He just lands a good counter hook. I mean, this guy's looking sharp for his second amateur fight.
And Sean's staying active from the beginning, just making sure that he's keeping his opponent at a good distance and making sure that he's just putting something in his face.
Yeah, and that frame that he's doing right there, that's the Roger Crawl specialty. Like, that frame, it protects his jaw, protects his chin, and it keeps his distance. That's like his measure that he gets to find those shots, like that inside leg kick there. So he's doing a good job right there. Good kick off the spin off the cage and lands a good solid shot. Good leg kick.
Tony can't seem to find an opening yet. Oh, Sean returns again with another strong punch followed by a teep kick and a head kick there.
I mean, Tony's also trained out of a solid gym, Hard Knocks 365. So, I mean, that's one of the other top amateur gyms in South Florida, and they produce some great fighters. And, you know, that's the thing now is they're seeing at this level, we're seeing some guys that are well-schooled. Like, for these guys being at their first or second fights, you're seeing feints, level changes, you're seeing frames, you're seeing footwork, you're seeing things that you typically don't see in guys debuting in their first couple fights. And, you know, this is the first fight, I feel like, of the night. We've seen guys a little bit more composed, picking their shots, getting their distance, getting their angles. And this is a high-level fight for an amateur tonight.
You saw Tony got hit there and then kind of woke up a little bit. Sometimes it takes that in a fight. You got to get that first punch out of the way before you really wake up and realize, oh, I'm in a fight.
Yeah, that's what I love about Tony. You can see he's smiling. He's enjoying the fight right now. And that's what sometimes makes a great fighter. If you're in there not having fun, enjoying it, then, like, that's what's he, and I mean, they're not getting paid. This is an amateur fight, so what are you doing it for? I mean, obviously you want to win, but that's what I like to see about Tony. I mean, he has a smile on his face. He's enjoying this. It's you know, it's a big fight for him. It's, I believe, is it his debut or is this? No, he has a couple fights, so he has 3 fights, but he's enjoying it, so he's right where he wants to be. Sean Grant, on the other hand, I mean, he's coming out. He's looking talented. He's looking skilled. He's looking composed, and he's sharp right now.
You see there, Sean threw 2 kicks back to back, just very composed and just picking his shots, picking where he's landing. I'm switching up the height of it and making sure that his opponent is constantly guessing on, not knowing where he's going to attack.
Yeah, for sure, and he's mixing it up. Like, he's using that frame up top, getting his distance checker, hitting those inside leg kicks, and he's bringing it up top. I mean, fortunately for Tony, that up top hasn't landed yet, but you got to be cautious of that. It's hard to be guessing high, low. You can't guess right every time, so.
Both boys running out to the center of the cage, ready for the second round.
Good head kick by Tony, blocked. Ooh, Sean with that switch teep to the body and lands that hard one too off the top. I like what I'm seeing here. This is a very, 2 guys that are very well schooled and they're coming out scrapping right now. Good technical fight here.
All the fights tonight have fought well beyond their experience. These guys look too like well-seasoned strikers at this point.
It's crazy. It's so cool to see this high-level striking. But I think we're a little bit spoiled being down in South Florida. Like, we have all these amazing gyms, MMA Science Academy, Hard Knocks 365. You know, like, we're a little bit spoiled with the high level of these gyms around here, and like it's just we're getting to see it though. We're getting to enjoy the spoils of that.
Big overhand by Sean there.
Saw the sweat drip off his face. Oof. Tony coming on strong in the second round.
Yeah, no problem. I got you. I'll tell you.
Sean Grant got to put that frame out there. That's one thing he was doing in the first round he was having a lot of success with. But as the nerves start hitting, as the sweat starts dripping, you start losing that technique a little bit. So he wants to make sure he keeps in that frame if he wants to have success like he was in the first round. And Tony, on the other hand, his adrenaline's a little bit lower. He's having a little fun in there. He's smiling every time he gets hit. He's firing back, and sometimes that helps your health bar a little bit, helps your endurance a little bit. And, good spinning back fist there by Grant, but it misses by inches.
Nothing's going to take your cardio down faster than nerves.
Yeah, no, for nerves. And nothing helps it more than just being happy and composed. Like, when you're feeling it and you're, like, in the right mood in a fight, you could do it all day and not get tired. But the second you're, like, tensed up and you're worried, that's when that energy bar just goes down and down. But both these guys looking seasoned and composed right here, and they're looking good. Good, solid second round by Tony. Wow, that was a really good round by Tony. He came on strong. Sean came out in the first round and I thought dominated the first round. Second round was much closer, but I feel like the advantage of Tony, you know, with the smile on his face, enjoying the fight, being in there, having fun, is helping his health meter, it's helping his stamina. So he's doing really good right now. This fight could easily be 1-1. Like I said, we're not the judges tonight, we're commentating, but on the other hand, it comes down to the cardio sometimes. Third round, and we're in that same position we've been in all night, where 2 close rounds coming into the third one. Who wants it more?
I feel like we've seen it often tonight. One fighter wins the first, the second fighter wins the second, and then it's just going all to the third round.
Yeah, we better hope these judges are on point tonight. No vodka in that water bottle over there. One thing to be noted too is Sean Grant played DB for Ohio Wesleyan University, so he played, he played football in college at the highest level, and that's like, that's some serious athleticism. So, we're going to see in the third round if all that athletic experience in the past can pay off, and if he can find some explosion here to get a big shot on and land it.
Huge body kick landed by Tony there.
And it's also been noted, Tony also, he played tennis and lacrosse in varsity 4 years in Pompano High School, so he's a local guy. You can kind of hear the crowd that, both these guys brought some people out. And, ooh, good shot there by Tony, swinging big for the fences right there.
Sean's very good at just moving out of the way swiftly and slickly every time that Tony just rushes forward with punches.
Yeah, he's definitely the more technical, composed fighter. But on the other hand, Tony is the more, he's the go-getter. He's having fun in there. He's coming at you. He's punching. And he never seems out of the fight. He's right there, hands are up, chin down, and he's looking for big counter shots.
As you mentioned, constantly smiling. He's just loving being in there.
That's the best type of fighter. All the best fighters are the ones that are having fun in there, I feel like. But this is coming down to the last minute of the fight. I think Tony does a great job of turning him, lands a good shot there. And we got a close fight on our hands right now. So we're coming down to, this is where that cardio comes in. We put that work in every single day. They're in the gym, and this is what you do those extra rounds for. Anybody can go out there and fight one round. Good counter punches by Tony. Answer back by Grant. Coming down to final seconds of the fight. Coming down to the last 10 seconds, and if someone lands a big shot here, it could change the judges' minds right now. This is it. This looks like it's 1-1. 5 seconds left. Who wants some more? Let's go.
Tony with a big hook there.
Ooh, answers with a kick. Ooh, Superman punch to finish the fight.
So it looked almost like a double Superman there.
Wow, man, that was a great fight. 3 talented guys coming in there.
By far the most technical fight of the night. Both guys just looking for their shots. Neither one of them trying to make it a brawl.
No, for sure. That was the first, and then we're getting higher up in the card. So typically you see as the card goes up, when we get towards the main event, the fighter's going to be more skilled, more talented, and that's finally what we're seeing now. We're halfway through the card, and we just saw the most technical matchup of the night. Both of the guys, hats off to both of them. Let's go into the judges. The judges can decide.
And at the end of 3 rounds, this fight goes to the judges. Judge number 1 scores the bout 29-28. Blue. Judge number 2 scores the bout 29-28. Red. And judge number 3 scores the bout 30-27 for the winner by split decision. Out of the red corner, Sean